Hello everyone, welcome to AAPS tutorial. This is Tulsi and today I am going to teach you how to use float property in CSS and you're going to be so excited. Did you know that with CSS we can align the content of our page? Suppose we have to maintain a certain layout pattern of a document, then it can be done by using float property. In this way, CSS offers flexibility of adjusting content and arranging the images, links, reference points, etc. Well, let me elaborate you. The float CSS property places an element on the left or right side of its container, allowing the text and inline elements to wrap around it. Float property makes the content look more attractive and aligns every element, adjusting the page layout. The example can be any image or text paragraph which can be floated towards right or left. Similarly, by using clear property, we can specify the elements to appear below the float element box. This makes the element box look well organized and indented. Float property values. Let us see how we realize the float property setting. While declaring float property, the elements after floating element will float around it, but elements before float will not. Example, if the image is floated to the right, the text content will appear to wrap up around to the left, and if image floated to left, text flows to right. Values of float property are: left element floats towards the left of its container, right elements move towards right of its container. None. This by default will not flow the element and it will be displayed where it occurs in the text. Inherit. It inherits the float value of the parent elements. Positioning elements using float. Hence, by now, you must have understood the importance of a float property. We can utilize the page spacing effectively and arrange the paragraph accordingly. Elements are floated only horizontally and not on top bottom slides. The floated elements can be moved to the extreme right or left of the page in this way. In this slide, you can see that previously with the image element and the text content, all of it is displayed on the same page as edited. But by using float property on the right hand side, we can see the arrangements of the text content and images on either of the sides by setting float left and float right property to the image file. In the second slide, as you can see, the sidebar is set to float left so that the text content in the box will appear to the left side. On the right handed side, within the green border, the float left value will assign an element towards the left of the border box. The box appearing in red color will be pushed below the float property element with clear float property. Float syntax. Float syntax is given by a sector. It can be an element opening curly brackets floats property float value close curly brackets. Suppose if we get opening as a sector element in this example, then all the paragraph elements on the page will be floated to the specified float value. Finally, I would like to conclude with the following points. Float property is used to wrap the content around the surrounding element. Float property has four values: left, right, none, and inherit. Hope you liked the video. I learned something new today. Thank you. Click the subscribe button to stay updated with our recent videos.